have Dorothy here as the elder. And may we have permission to open the meeting? Thank you, thank you. So we'll turn the meeting over to Linda.
Hi everyone, I'm Linda, and I'm going to lead you guys in all of us in our self-determination pledge. Everybody have the agenda?
You have the agenda? Give me 1 second, Linda.
It's on the top of the agenda. Yes, you do. That's it.
Does everybody have one?
I don't have to grab it.
Yeah, we need some more of the agenda.
We use some more of that.
Yeah. No, yeah.
Louis need one.
Hey, Louise, how's it going?
Man.
I don't know if probably like to know that's what's it just messes with my digestive system, makes me feel a bit ill.
Okay, is everyone ready? Meeting open for all of us tonight. We pledge to demand the right to speak in our own voices.
To treat each other with respect and not allow differences to divide us. To accept responsibility for any acts that may have caused harm to our families, our communities, or ourselves. To fight all forms of discrimination. To help build the economic stability of formerly incarcerated people. To claim and take care of our own children and our families. To support community struggles to stop using prisons as the answer to social problems. To play an active role in making our community safe for everyone.
All of us?
Or none.
All of us?
Or none.
All of us?
Or none.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll turn the meeting back over to you.
Okay, we're gonna go and we're gonna have a wonderful,
Yeah, you're very bad at jacking off and then they run away.
we're gonna have a wonderful training here tonight, and we have a special friend that comes from the Los Angeles and Long Beach chapters of All of Us or None. Her name is Amber Rose. She works with a New Way of Life, and she's the best community organizer I know. And so she's gonna come here today and bless us with the historic beginnings of All of Us or None. And I just want you guys to give her a warm welcome. Show her what Girls Night is. We are definitely Southern, so we have Southern hospitality. So we welcome you, Amber. Thank you.
So thank you all for allowing me to be in your space tonight. It feels like a great space. I love the energy so far, and I hope that I can add to that. Just to give you a little bit of background about myself before we dive into all the good information I have for you tonight. My name is Amber Rose Howard again, and you're welcome to call me by my first name, Amber Rose. I do correct you if you don't say the Rose. And so I'm here tonight just to share with myself about you. I am a formerly incarcerated and convicted person. When I was 18 years old, I went through some things, and I was convicted of a felony. I was fortunate enough not to have to experience prison, but I did go to county jail and do some time, and then I ended up with a felony, right? That's the part that you take with you even after you finish your time incarcerated. And so I took that felony with me, and through college and through hard work and dedication towards my goals, towards what I believe is my purpose, and continued to meet barrier after barrier after barrier because of this felony that was put on my record at 18 years old. And so that's when I ran into All of Us or None. I got an email someday randomly from someone, told me they had a volunteer program. I jumped in it, and that was about a year ago, and I'm here now. I think All of Us or None is really important because they focus on issues that will break down those barriers that you experience after incarceration. I think that there's a little bit of a misunderstanding about the judiciary system and the criminal justice system when it tells us that when we punish folks and incarcerate them, that's the punishment. They forget to tell you that it lasts for a very long time after there's lingering, there's collateral consequences, right, to convictions. Also, they forget to tell you when you're incarcerated, it's because there is a systemic root of incarceration that comes from a time that America is not proud of, that comes from 1619 when they first started the Atlantic slave trade. And so I'm here today to share with you those facts, break all that down for you, and then put us on the move and make sure everybody's on the the same page for what all of us are now has going on in this year and the coming years ahead, right? And so actually love to be in a space where we call out names. We've all seen too much on our social medias, on the news, on TV, about folks' lives being stolen, whether it's violence within a community or whether it's violence from those who are supposed to protect the community. And there's hashtags going around, right? Say his name, say her name. So I like to call out names in meetings to make sure that we recognize each other and our responsibility to take care of each other while we're yet alive, while we're yet breathing. So while I'm getting my PowerPoint set up, if everyone can we'll take the time for everyone to go around and just say your name and what city you're from, please. So I'm Amber Rose Howard, and I'm actually from Pomona, but I work in LA.
All right.
I'll pass the mic to you.
My name is Beverly Jennings. I'm actually from LA. And I live in Riverside. My name is Ida Clark, and I live in Pomona. And I'm Dorothy Clark. I live in Betty.
I'm Linda Armstrong, and I'm an All of Us to None, for 5 years, I think now. I'm also a formerly incarcerated person. Where you from? Police. Where am I from? Corona.
Hi, Luis Nolasco. Raised in Rialto, and I live in Elkhart.
Devin Porter, I'm from LA, and right now I live in LA. Anna Morello, I live in
Marjorie Holland, I'm born and raised in Palm Springs, California, and I live in New York, and I work in Palm Springs.
Levon Hills, and I'm from Palm Springs, but I lived in Los Angeles and done community outreach all my life. There, on a community health project in Charlottesville.
I'm Leah San, I'm from San Bernardino, also formerly incarcerated.
Spencer Lehman, I'm also from San Bernardino Valley College, Olive Cement chapter, and I'm also a formerly incarcerated individual.
Bonnie McFarland, I grew up in Detroit, and I live in Riverside. Patty Alsett, I live in Grandma.
Ray Arimo, I grew up in Long Beach, but I live in Colton, California.
Mark Clark from Kentucky, but I live in Victorville, Ohio, Pomona.
Adam Muddy,
With Marshall born in San Bernardino, raised in San Bernardino, formerly incarcerated person, live in Riverside now.
My turn? Oh. My name is Vonia, and I'm a formerly incarcerated woman, and I'm from LA, and I've been out here in the Inland Empire for a long time.
And I'm Jen, and I'm from San Francisco and live now in Claremont. That's Cassie. She's home.
Art?
And I'm Art, and I'm also alumni from Valley College, but I'm still affiliated with the group out there, and I had to find parking, so sorry.
Are you formerly incarcerated?
I went to jail, but not prison.
Okay.
Is that everyone?
No, I didn't say it.
Oh, we're missing you, Gloria.
Gloria O'Sullivan, from Starting Over. I'm from right here in Riverside, California. So,
Thank you. So, it's great to be in the space with you all. Oh, Miss Phyllis, I know you.
Phyllis, a proud member of Starting Over, formerly incarcerated as a juvenile. That wore a lot of hats.
Really cool. So, all right, so we'll just go ahead and jump right in. I'll try not to bore you to death, right? We want to make sure that when we talk about, I'm sorry? One of the goals, if you open up the workbooks that I gave you, it's just to help us follow through the presentation here, and then gives you space to write if you want to take notes, or if you have anything that you particularly want to remember about the training. And so our objectives today, which is on page 2 of your
Anyone not have one?
Oh yeah, we grabbed those when we signed in, so please raise your hand if you don't Upon completion of this workshop, one should have the ability to understand the effects of slavery and the pivotal role it plays in mass incarceration today, understand the necessity of service providing and community building paired together, define collateral consequences, understand the impact of collateral consequences on formerly incarcerated people, and understand why All of Us or None was created. Then also we're just going to do like a research through the history of All of Us or None. And we want to start with the issues because we want to make sure we cover why All of Us or None is here in the first place, right? And so workshop guidelines just remain respectful at all times. State your point briefly and stay on topic. We'll all try to do that, especially me. Be a positive contributor throughout the workshop and respect time when coming back from breaks or group activities. Because of time, we might not jump off into breakout groups, but we'll still cover all of the information. And then I just wanted to make sure I pointed out the quote at the bottom of that page. It's by one of the greatest revolutionary leaders in the 70s liberation movement that I know of. And her name is Assata Shakur. Right now she has political asylum in Cuba because she was falsely convicted of crimes, right? But she was really attacked because of her political beliefs. So Assata says, I am no longer accepting things I cannot change. I am changing the things that I cannot accept. And so that's what All of Us or None is all about. We're going to start here with the issues, Unit 1. And so as we're going through the videos, I just wanted you to jot down 5 things that stood out to you. We'll have a little time to discuss, but I want you to pay attention to the narrative and the messages in each of the videos so that we can discuss the difference between the messages in
Those objectives that you just did are not written somewhere?
Yes, that was on page 2 of your workbook.
Oh,
In 16
okay. All right, thank you. Oh, I was trying to thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yes.
In 1919, when the first Africans were brought to the British colonies by ship to Jamestown, Virginia, they held the legal status of servants. But as the region's economic system became increasingly dependent on forced labor, we descended into slavery. The institution of American slavery developed as a permanent, hereditary system centrally tied to race. Millions of black people were forcibly taken from Africa, crammed on ships, and brought to the Americas through a dangerous and deadly journey that crossed the Atlantic. Millions died. Once on our shores, slavery deprived the enslaved person of any legal rights or autonomy, and granted the slave owner complete power over the black men, women, and children legally recognized as property. An ideology of white supremacy, a narrative of racial difference was created to rationalize and justify the continuation of slavery. American slavery was often brutal, barbaric, and violent. In addition to the hardship of forced labor, enslaved people were maimed or killed by slave owners as punishment for working too slowly, visiting a spouse living on another plantation, or even learning to read. Enslaved people were also sexually exploited. The United States Congress finally banned the importation of slaves from Africa in 1808. Slavery was widely considered a gross human rights violation, yet enslavement was retained and persisted. The 1808 Declaration caused the demand for slave labor to skyrocket in the Lower South, and the domestic slave trade grew to meet this demand. Between 1808 and 1860, the enslaved population of Alabama grew from less than 40,000 to more than 435,000. Slave traders chained African Americans together in couples and forced them to march hundreds of miles from the Upper South to the Lower South. Steamboats carried slaves along the Alabama River. Rail routes constructed with slave labor brought hundreds of enslaved people to Montgomery.
Amber, I think Robert said there's some kind of timer, so it times out really quick.
Oh, okay.
You might have to toggle it or something. Yeah, move your mouse or something every now and then.
Alabama, every day, turning the city into one of 435,000. Slave traders chained African Americans together in couples and forced them to march hundreds of miles from the Upper South to the Lower South. Steamboats carried slaves along the Alabama River. Rail routes constructed with slave labor brought hundreds of enslaved people